Hey, thanks for checking out Merge Machines. This is going to be a quick walkthrough of everything you get inside of it, as well as some things you just need to know to get the most out of it. So with that being said, let's jump in the computer and take a look. Okay, so when you download Merge Machines, you're going to get an email that links you to a page that looks like this. And it's going to have each of the individual banks of sounds, as well as the samples folder. So you're just going to download each of these. You're going to do that and then unzip each of these files. If you have any problems unzipping, we have some information for you. Sometimes comes up, not usually on newer operating systems, but sometimes. But anyway, so once you do that, you're going to have these folders which have everything you need. So if you open up like the Subbase folder, you're going to see a couple things. There's an images folder which has part of the user interface back there. Don't move this. These are the individual sample folders. So for example, each one of the presets has a corresponding folder with all of the raw samples that make up the instrument, and they're all labeled by the pitch that they've been recorded as. And then of course here are the actual presets. Now this is Decent Sampler in standalone mode, but as you can see, you can play it. This also opens up as a VST inside whatever DAW you like. But yeah, this is going to be the user interface. We have some controls for each of the different presets. So there's going to be an envelope, there's a filter control, there's a filter envelope, so you can modulate how this filter opens and closes. You can run pretty much everything in mono or poly mode, depending on what you're doing. Distortion, chorus, there's a pitch LFO, a filter LFO, a delay, and a reverb on everything. So the idea is you can customize the sounds, either through just messing around with these settings and finding something you like, or you can also automate them, but that's a separate video. So for now, let's just keep going on our tour here. As you can see, there's Subbase, there's a pads folder, a leads folder, keys. One thing I will say is don't move the samples or the images folder, because that will break things. Each one of these presets files is looking for both of these. So if you want to say move this keys folder into a like a hard drive or a special place on your computer where you keep these things, just make sure you grab the whole enclosing folder with the purple icon. Don't move around the inside of this, or then stuff won't work. So that's very important. Now, everything pretty much works this way. The drum kits, similar thing. There's just more presets. There's 40 in here. But if you check out this extra samples folder, this is the one that's different. So the idea with this is I wanted to do something that would work in every DAW, and that was playable and customizable, not just a folder of samples like a lot of other sample packs. Nothing wrong with that, but I wanted something more interactive. I thought that would be more fun, which is what all the presets are. But in the process of making all this stuff, we did come up with a bunch of sounds that, some of them were, they were cool, but maybe not in the right kind of shape to make a full-blown instrument out of. So we decided to include some of these surplus samples here. So, we have some bass synth loops. My favorite one, personally, is like this oddities thing. It's just a folder of, like, strange stuff. Like whatever this is. Just strange things. And then also some of these soundscapes are really cool. We just fed big chord stacks into synths. You saw what we came up with. Some of them are really beautiful. Like, I'll probably use these to write over with drums or something. So that's very much worth exploring. The other thing I should point out, though, is for each of the synth, like keyboard kind of sounds, there is some kind of loop that we have labeled usually by pitch and tempo. Not all of them by pitch, but that's how it is. Some of them it didn't make sense, honestly, but the idea is you can preview these, so you can just scrub through those to get an idea of what each of them sounds like without opening up the whole thing. And then, of course, you can also just use these as samples. And every preset sound has one of these. So that's just something good to know. Now, the drum loops folder is the final place where we're going to stop. This has a lot going on in it. So if you check this out, you can see that for kit 1, there's 2 files. there is a WAV file, which is just whatever that is. It's a loop we made, but we also included the MIDI. So I'm going to show you in a second. If we go inside the DAW, you can actually recreate whatever this WAV file is with the MIDI and the preset. So let me just set that up. We'll be right back. Okay, so here we are inside of Ableton Live. Again, you can use whatever DAW that you want. But anyway, I'm going to show you how you would set up the recreation using one of these drum loops. So we're going to go to, this one was good. One of my favorites, right, out of the whole bundle of these. I'm going to bring that audio sample in just so you can see. Now I'm going to bring in the MIDI on the same track as Decent Sampler. Now, we have the MIDI file, we have the audio file that was made from it. We just have to load the kit up. So this is going to be kit 27. So I'm going to hit load, and we're going to go to kits, and let's go to number 27. And if we solo this, it should work. Now, while we're in it, let me just show you some of the things you can do here. You can use some of the effects. All right, and there's filter envelope. Also using this, I can do quite a lot with just the volume envelope. So as you can see, there's a lot you can do here with the pitch control, filter LFO. You can even automate this global tuning control. So that's the kind of the idea. Is I'm going to do a separate video just about all the things you can do in here, but that's the idea here. And then, like I said, if you want to work in audio, you have a rendered version of it ready to go right in the folder, or you can get to the original. So that's just a little taste of what you can get, what you can do, all of the assets that are inside of this. And we hope that they inspire you and it leads you to great things creatively. And just thanks for checking it out. We're going to have more videos coming soon. But until then, I will see you later.